Ever pondered what negative feedback is, or why it holds such a fundamental role in maintaining homeostasis? Well, homeostasis is the body's way of keeping everything in balance. It involves maintaining the body's internal environment within certain limits, despite changes in external conditions. And negative feedback? That's the star player in this game of balance. Imagine a thermostat. It's a classic example of a negative feedback mechanism. When it's cold, the thermostat recognizes the change and the heating kicks in. When the temperature reaches the desired level, the heating turns off. This prevents the room from getting too hot or too cold. It's always striving for that just right temperature. Our bodies, in their infinite wisdom, operate in much the same way, particularly when it comes to regulating body temperature and blood glucose levels. Take body temperature, for instance. It's like having an internal thermostat. The hypothalamus, a tiny part of the brain, is the master of temperature control. When it gets too hot, the hypothalamus sends a signal to the sweat glands to start making sweat. As this sweat evaporates, it cools the body down. Once the body reaches the optimal temperature, the hypothalamus tells the sweat glands to take a break. Now, consider blood glucose regulation. It's a bit like a very delicate seesaw. After a hearty meal, blood glucose levels rise. The pancreas, sensing this increase, releases insulin into the bloodstream. This insulin tells the body's cells to start absorbing glucose, which lowers the blood glucose levels. When these levels dip too low, the pancreas eases up on the insulin, allowing the glucose levels to rise back to a safe and normal range. So what's the takeaway here? Negative feedback is all about balance. It's a regulatory mechanism that helps our bodies maintain homeostasis by detecting changes and responding in ways that counteract those changes. It's a way for our bodies to say, hey, something's not right here, but don't worry, I've got this. It's an integral part of our biology, keeping us healthy, stable, and in check. So the next time you're sweating on a hot day or feeling peckish after skipping a meal, remember that's your body's negative feedback mechanisms, hard at work, striving to keep everything in balance. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?